welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. Today we've got another unboxing, and this I believe is a rifle scope from Zeiss. So we shall open this carefully. I believe this is going to be one of the new version 2 V8 scopes. The big difference on this model, which is the 2.8 to 20 by 56, is that they've dropped down from a 36mm tube to a 30mm tube. Other than that, I suspect most of the factors will stay the same, but until I open the box and have a look, I won't know. I'll just put that wrapping on the floor. So here we are. I do quite like Zeiss scopes. I've had some great time shooting Zeiss scopes. I actually went to Denmark back in, what year would it have been? 2014, I think, when they first launched the V8, and it was quite an impressive experience, because it was the first time Zeiss had really picked up some new factors. Now this is the ASV model, which means I've got additional turret caps on here. So let's just move that box to one side, and it looks like we can see the scope now there. So it's 2.8 to 20 magnification, 56mm front end. There is also a 4.8 to 35 by 60, but that one has, let me just think about that. That one has 1.4 milliradians of elevation travel. This is more, this is 2.1 milliradians. It means you've got 210 centimetres of adjustment at 100 metres. For long range capability, 210 centimetres or 2.1 milliradians is significantly more than 1.4 milliradians, and will get you probably quite a long way beyond 300 metres, which is pretty much the limit of what you'll get from most sporting rifles, depending on exact zero setup, from 1.4 milliradians. So looking through this now, we've got fast focus eyepiece at the back. We've got a new kind of command dial, which I believe adjusts what is registered and listed as one of the finest reticles there is. And this is a second focal plane scope, so I can see there, zooming in, reticle stays the same size. This is on a 30mm tube, which means it's a lot more versatile to mount to a sporting rifle. 36mm wasn't overly difficult, and of course with Europe being Europe, they based themselves a lot around the fact they had rail mounts on their rifles, which in Europe, in the UK, we're not quite as keen on to use regularly. So it looks like I can take the turret cap off there, drop those off there, and I've got a selection of more appropriate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different options there to go on that. That's got the standard milliradian or centimetre markings on the on that one, and I'll be decimating the instructions and reading all about this and seeing what it's like to take apart the screw thread, screw there to take out. And I've used this scope a lot. The Zeiss field shoots used to be great experiences because they had targets set out sort of between 0 and 600 metres in sporting formats, and the whole point is it was a competition for lots of European journalists. And you'd have your sticks and a rucksack and the rifle scope, and that was it. And of course all the distances were marked, but it was a great competition. I really enjoyed it. So let me just see if I can turn the reticle on there. I'm going to hold the button down. I haven't read the instructions yet, so I don't know anything about how it works. We've got left side parallax adjustment, right side the windage is a lift to turn, or lifts to 0. So we can lift that round to 0 there now, and then I believe that will just click. Those are really nice firm clicks on there. I do like that. Zeiss scopes generally in sporting format, especially the V8, I really like the format of them for hunting, especially at longer distances, providing they've got enough elevation adjustment for your rifle. Because the way the turrets work, they are lift to turn turrets, and they also go clockwise for up, which is kind of my old school favourite, although I do work both ways with all sorts of different scopes. But generally speaking, I found the adjustments on them extremely accurate, very quick, very precise. And so as I said, when we went to the Zeiss field shoots in Denmark, they actually had custom rings made for the elevation turret for us for every single rifle. It was quite a good event, that, because even the rifles, which were all Sauer rifles, they used to be laser engraved with your own name on them, so you couldn't get the wrong rifle at different stages if you put them down. Anyway, I'll be looking at this in a bit of detail. There's going to be a full review on this scope done for the shooting show. That's probably going to be due in about, I don't know, 5-6 weeks time. So I shall be putting this on a rifle this afternoon. I'll go and zero it, and I'll start getting some footage of using it and decide what my opinion on it is. I think it's probably going to be fairly good because I liked the old 2.8-20. The 36mm tube didn't particularly bother me, but 30mm will make it a bit more versatile, I think, for more shooters. It saves a little bit of weight, I think, as well. I'll have to just check my statistics, but this is somewhere around 850 grams. It is a reliable scope. There are many scopes advertised as being good for long range, but these ones, when you do dial them, they do work and they are precise. And okay, it's not a long range target scope, but in terms of long range hunting, as you may want to decide for yourself, it is a superb scope. So I'm looking forward to using it. The other big deal with these is they've got quite a versatile eye box on them, so you don't find yourself through the recoil stroke, because when the gun recoils, if the eye box is too small, you lose sight of the picture, you lose sight of the animal, and of course that can be the moment the animal's moving. So through recoil, as that scope moves, you kind of like that to stay as big as possible, and as extensive longitudinally as possible. So if I put that on, say, 12 power now, I can move that scope that far and still have, let's say, 60% of the eye box available to me, which is enough to keep sight of an animal that may well move when it's shot. If I drop it to 6 power, I can go from there. Yeah, you see, obviously you've got a large exit pupil and you've got a slightly more versatile eye box, but the vignetting's not a problem. It's not like trying to look through a little pinhole crap. Anyway, please like, please subscribe, please follow my channel, and please comment. You'll be seeing more of this scope over the coming weeks, I am sure. But for now, thank you for watching. See you later.